Hello everyone, welcome to another Piesta's book reviews. Today I'm here to talk about the books that I've been reading on the month of June and July. Let's get right into it. This is the first one I've been reading, Fatale number 2, the Portuguese edition with hardcover. It's by Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips. This continuation of the graphic novel series about this femme fatale in this world with some H.P. Lovecraftian demons that try to get to her, and people trying to help her and falling mad and dying and stuff like that. So very interesting, very noir, very cool. I enjoyed it pretty much. I don't recall the story on this one. The story on this one I do recall, which is number 3. This one is more like she seems to be immortal or living for a very long time. So this is her stories from way in the past, in the Victorian age and witch hunt times. That's her story from all back then, so that you can get a better context. And then at the end it goes back into the 60s, 70s, where the main storyline now continues. So yeah, this was volume 3, also pretty good. I don't know how many stars I gave them on Goodreads, probably 4, something like that. Anyways, next on my reading was a normal book by Isaac Asimov. It's called Robots and Empire. It's the final chapter on the robot series. It's the story of 2 robots, Daniel and Giscard, who try to help mankind fund their galactic empire without them destroying each other. They subvert the laws of robotics a bit. It makes you wonder on the dangers of robots and how they can indeed help you and that kind of stuff. Very interesting read. It has a lot of parallels to a lot of mankind's wars and tribulations. Talks about radioactive wastelands, of the stupidity of people fighting against each other, how we can move on as a species, questions of colonizing the galaxy as well. Very interesting read, highly recommend it to everyone. The whole series are pretty good. I had already read the whole of the Foundation, that's why I picked up the entire robotics series. This is the last one, I'm really happy with it. There are some other also stories that happen in the Galactic Foundation, Galactic Empire I'm sorry. And they are standalone. I think I have one of them called Night Sky, which is 2 volumes. I might read that one. Don't know if it's next or further down the line, but yeah, more Isaac Asimov stuff. Great read, highly recommend it. Next, we have this big chunk by Nuno Nepumoceno. It's a Célula Adormecida. I don't know if it's in English yet. I read this one in Portuguese. It's by Top Books. It's the story of sleeping cell of terror happening in Lisbon, and it's also about migration and the problems with migration, the trouble in Middle East between the refugees from Syria and all that, the tragedy of people dying in the Mediterranean Sea when they're trying to cross into Europe. It's about racism as well. It's about misunderstanding other religions, especially the Muslim religion, because there's this tendency on the Western world nowadays to say that, okay, Muslims equals terrorists, and that's obviously not true. There are a lot of Muslim people who are not terrorists. They believe in peace of mind and living their life and trying to find meaning in their life. And only when they are pushed to a very bad place do they become terrorists. Like any other people, like Christians also have that. You can be a Christian and then you snap because of some reason and you commit a horrible crime. That happens as well. So it's the same thing with Muslims. So this book teaches you a little bit to be more tolerant, understand the other point of view. It has some good research into the Middle Eastern situation. and into the whole Muslim religion. So it's a good explanation for if you're not aware of what the Muslim religion is. This is a good introduction to it. It explains you pretty decently what it stands for, and allows you to have a good understanding of the whole system. So yeah, highly recommend it. Give it 4 stars on Goodreads as well. Pretty good read. So that's it for June and July. What do I have on my to-read list next? I have the other Fatales, of course. We have Volume 4, Tears from the Sky, and Volume 5, Cursed by the Demon, or something like that. It's also in Portuguese, so I want to read these two. And then there is this Portuguese science fiction book that Christina got. It's called Terrarium. And I'm curious, she says it's good, or the presentation was good. And well, I'm gonna check it out to see if it's actually any good or not, or if it's a complete myth that Portuguese people can write science fiction. So we will see. That's it for this episode of Piesta's Book Reviews. Let me know in your comments if you have read any of these, what you think, if you hate, if you don't hate, if you like, if you don't like. Also, let me know if these videos are of any interest. I have very little comments. I wonder if it's really worth making them at all. I guess I will be making them until the end of the year at least, but if I don't see any increase in number of views or something, I'm gonna stop doing them, because it's probably more work than it's worth. But, you know, let me know in the comments what you think, if this is interesting, if this is not interesting, what I could do to make it more interesting, if you think there's something to be improved. And yeah, let me know. Also, check out my rewards on Patreon if you want to support me for my lifestyle. You can hear all about it on patreon.com/psenough. I do lots of stuff, and I have a few different rewards for anyone who wants to support me in the stuff that I do. So, bye-bye. Take care.